Value adding ratio is 0.000024 or 99.99% of the time is a muda. It's a wasteful activity. Now, why this is important? Unless we accept that it's a muda or wasteful activity, you will not be able to eliminate. And for that, what is needed is paradigm shift, the way you look at it. Isn't it? Unless you accept that it's a wasteful activity, how will you eliminate? See, there is a difference between being busy and being productive. All of us are very busy. You come at 8 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock, you are very busy, but you are very productive. Ask yourself a question. You will be amazed that you are not productive. You are doing it because somebody has told, and we love to be busy. Those who are from manufacturing background, if you are a supervisor, you will find some worker is idle, he gets mad. He wants him to be busy. Productive or no productive, no. He will give some job, okay, you do sorting of this period, finish. He wants to keep him busy. So that is what is paradigm. Change that. See it in different way. Being busy and being productive are two different things, totally different things, and you must accept that and you must work on it. Now, there is a family of bad elements. Now, muda, mura, and muri. These are very famous words in Japanese. If you go to any Japanese company and if you don't hear this muda, mura, and muri, then you will know that this company is not implementing Kaizen. Okay? Mura is a younger brother to muda. You know? What is mura? Is inconsistency. You get excellent quality today. After 3 days, you will find lousy quality, rejection, inconsistency. Isn't it? Muri is avoidable physical state. People are busy doing job, moving, shifting, all that is an unnecessary physical state. Okay? Like on an electric machine, motor gets burned because of overload. Is an avoidable physical state. Okay? So, what is Kaizen? Kaizen is all about identifying muda, mura, and muri in the organization. Once you understand this and you start working on that, that is what is called as Kaizen. Now, I will give the example from the famous book of Masaaki Imai called Gemba Kaizen. And he said, suppose a person is working on the machine and he's an excellent worker, comes at 6 o'clock in the morning, works up to 10, 12 o'clock. You know, what do? We want to motivate him, we want to promote him, so we make him supervisor. The moment he becomes supervisor, he gets a table and chair to sit. Okay? Again, he gives very good effort, this, that. He gets promoted after 3-4 years, he becomes production manager. Now he gets a cabin to sit. Isn't it? Then he becomes GM. After 5 years, he goes to the head office. Now, in his getting promoted, what is happening? He's further and further moving away from the Gemba. While the person was working on the machine, now he has moved to head office. He's moving away from the Gemba, and as a result of which, he is not in touch with the Gemba and he has to rely on the secondary information. What is primary information? The data or the information which is collected by the people from the Gemba with your own hands is the primary data. One which is given by the other people is the secondary data. Okay, and secondary data always suspect out. It is always given to the boss to please him. Do you know radio tuning? Radio tuning. You adjust, isn't it? To tune. Most of the people, to please the boss, they adjust. They adjust the information. They want to talk what boss loves to hear, isn't it? Yeah, that is tuning. Beautiful tuning, and they really work. But now when you get this kind of information and secondary data, what you get is a harmful thing. Now, I've met one ITC chairman. ITC is like VAT in India. And he said, I keep 1 day in a week to visit kiosks to remain in touch with Gemba. Because what he gets, see, suppose the chairman has gone to the market and he wants to get information about some brand, how it is moving and all this. The salesperson will know he is going to visit. So what he will do, he will train the distributors and the kiosk owner what to talk and where to not to open the mouth. He's trained on that, you know. But this, he says, I don't go, if the salesperson says that I want to see this side, he said, no, let's go here. because I want to get the truth. Secondary information is a dangerous thing, so always believe in primary data. Primary data is the most important thing. So, what are the 5 basic principles of Gemba Kaizen? Go to the Gemba, and in case of problem, go to the Gemba and check with Gembutsu. Gembutsu means real things. Whatever things, the facts, find out from with your own hands, getting the interviewing people, that is what is primary information. Do not collect data from the past records. This is for the manufacturing companies, and many companies are in Japan. 30% of the work, seating is a 30% less productive work environment. Okay. Now imagine, suppose you go to Nakumat and you give to those salesmen there, you give them the chair, okay, and ask them, okay, fine, you are taking chair like this. And somebody, customer comes, where is this kind of, what he will do, he will not move from his chair, he will say there. Isn't it? That is what will happen. But because they are mobile, what happens? He will go and show that, okay, this is the place where you can get that. So this seating posture is a 30% less productive. All of you are sitting. Anyway, now this is a fact. Again, paradigm shift. You need to think differently to achieve something different, isn't it? If you say, oh no, it's okay, it's fine, good to see here in the lecture, but implement is difficult, you will not achieve it. There are companies who have eliminated all the chairs from the organization. They are taking it out. Because it is really less productive, because you love to sit and chat and this and that. Okay. Anyway, now first thing is that how to collect the primary data is that the data which is collected by your own hand is the primary data. Now people who are working in the factories, what do? They clean the machine with their own hands, and that is the best way to get the primary data. The machine, if you take around, you will find the machine is running very well. But you will find many, the connections are not right, pressure gauges are not working, alarms are not working, something is leaking. But when you see that, you find it better. It's good. When you start cleaning with your own hands, you will find all the anomalies and abnormalities in that. So cleaning is the best way of checking. Cleaning is not sweeper's job, but generally what do? Delegate. Isn't it? But unless you do cleaning with your own hands, you will not realize the problem. Unless you do filing with your own hands, you will not realize what are the problems the other person are facing, how to make the improvement. See, in Kaizen we say, if you don't get any document within 30 seconds, then there is a problem. You should get any document which you require within 30 seconds. Is it possible? Now, how to do the filing system? Suppose there are coding systems. Suppose there is a cabin here, yeah? Different rooms are given, say R1, R2, R3. Okay? In R1 room, there is a cabinet number 1, right? R1, cabinet 1, C1. In that shelf number 1 is S1. So R1, C1 stroke S1. In that, what is the file number? Give that file number, put it on that. So that file will only go to that place, isn't it? Inside that there should be index. What items you have filed there. If you have got that kind of system, it's not difficult to get item within that document within 30 seconds. But do we do that? What we say, let me busy, let me put it here. Isn't it? And then to search for that, we spend more time. So, again, coming back to being busy and being productive. Anyway, take temporary countermeasures. The fourth is the remove root cause. Go to the root cause and find out the solution for it. Keep asking why 5 times, and you will go to the root cause of the problem. Suppose there is an oil leakage. Okay. Ask first the question. Why is there oil leakage? Then somebody will say that gasket has been leaking. Why is gasket leaking? Because the right side of the gasket has not been put there. Why right side of the gasket is not put there? Because it was not available in the stores. Why it was not available in the stores? Because there is no system of replenishment. Isn't it? What is the root cause? Root cause is stores management. But what you do, you go and fire that maintenance technician and we say you are a useless bugger. I have never seen like in my life because of king bana, don't show me face unless you repair that. That fellow also goes, buys and he puts it back. Are you solving the problem? So keep asking why, because it's called as a 5 why technique. Okay, keep asking why 5 times to come up with the root cause of the problem and solve that problem. And come up with the system, a culture wherein you can solve that problem like that. Okay. Anyway, this is the basic tool called as the 5K principle. I'm sure some of you must have heard about it, 5K, yeah? In English it is, in Japanese it is 5S. Series, Rito, Saisu, Seketsu, Shinsuke. Okay, now, in Kiswahili it is Kuchagua, Kupanga, Kusafisha, Kudumisha, and Kufundisha. Now what is first K? Sort. Sorting of what? Things which are required and things which are not required. Sort them out. Isn't it? Identify unnecessary things and take action. I'll give you an example. You go to any secretary in the office, ask her to open the drawer. You will find there hair clips, lipstick, papers, specs, then stapler. Some of them are working, some of them not working. Isn't it? You will find all kinds of things. Now, do you really require hair clip and this? So identify things which are required and things which are not required, throw them out. Sorting, which are required and which are not required. I mean, I went to Gemba, to many companies, and you will find 20 years before they have done some construction, still those things are lying there. Nobody wants to take a decision. Why? It's not mine. MD has to decide, CEO has to decide, somebody has to decide. He doesn't come to Gemba, so the material is lying there. It's a waste of money, isn't it? So sort out things which are required and which are not required. Unneeded items. So many items being thrown out there. Okay, this is the photograph of I have taken all the photographs from Tanzanian companies so that nobody should claim that. Okay. This is from Tanzania, CEO of the company is actually cleaning the machine. Because cleaning is not a simple job, it's an activity for what? Identifying abnormal activities, abnormal things in the machine, isn't it? And this is how we divide totally unwanted material, throw it out. Needed but not here, needed but not in this quantity, needed but not now, sort them out. Kupanga, arrangement. It's called as a peak, place for everything and everything in its place. When you need a pen, where do you keep? You keep it here, isn't it? A frequently needed item, you keep it next to point of use, isn't it? Do you bring your degree certificate and put it in your office? You don't. Isn't it? So things which you need, you keep it next to point of use. Okay? That is the principle which you have to keep in mind. This is the systematic way of arrangement. Now, people say, they give a big toolbox in that all the tools are dumped, isn't it? And they search. Searching is what? Muda, non-value-adding activity. Isn't it? We search and then we say, because he's a big technician, give him 50 tools. Alright? So all the tools are there in the toolbox, and with the lock and key, first thing he doesn't know where he has kept the key. And the key is in his cabin, he is there in the machine, comes with the box, then he goes for the key movement. Okay? Comes back, opens, then he searches. He will keep on searching, where is that tool? Then he gets, he's busy. Is he productive? Now, if you have for any machine, keep it next to the point of machine, you arrange the tools in this manner, how much time do you spend? You just pick it up from there. If something is missing, I know you cannot read this, but you know what is missing, isn't it? So that is what the system be. Place for everything and everything is placed. That is how your system should be. Okay. So, like when we go for, have you seen this Formula 1 car racing? There is something called as pit stop. Do you know? For fueling. And within how many seconds do they change that? And the car moves within for 10 seconds, 9 seconds. How many? All the wheels are changed. And when you go to repair your wheel, how much time do you spend? So again, paradigm shift, the way you look at it. If you want to improve, you can improve. Isn't it? But if you don't want to, then let it go. It's okay. Okay, these are the cleaning equipment. So anything, whatever is needed, keep it this. Now oil. Generally, if you go to a factory, you will find oil is kept in the stores and it's full of oil. And if you ask them, why there is oil here? Then he will look at you, nonsense. He doesn't know that this is oil store. Oil has to be there, isn't it? But the moment you do it in a transparent manner, what will happen? You can immediately find out what is the level. Now look at this, the way Shell 46, the marking which is here. The same mark has to be there on the machine where you are going to put that oil. Yeah? So that it becomes very easy. Again, this is called as a Kanban card. I don't know if you have got time, we'll talk about it. Kanban card is where the name of the supplier, how much quantity to be replenished, who is going to what quantity, everything is written there. The phone number, the supplier's phone number, mobile number, name, everything. So that the moment it reaches red level, it is replenished. So what they have worked on what? On the system. Isn't it? Now, because oil is not there, machine keeps on running. As a result of which your gearbox or some engine has got problem. And then eventually we spend time on what? Repairing. Again, we are busy but we are not productive. We don't want to spend time on this. I don't think the moment we talk about this, they say, no, I'm too busy. This is not my job. This is my junior job. Junior is also too busy, so nobody does it. Okay. So this is what is called as a visual management. Whatever tools you need by the setup of the trolley, you do that. Flows with the systematic element. Whatever you need, keep it in an organized manner so that whatever items you need, you should get within what time? 30 seconds. That is the rule. If you cannot get in 30 seconds, it means that there is a scope for improvement. It applies to computers also. I mean, if you go to computer, you will find so many files are there. On desktop is full of files and folders, and you keep on searching. I know where it is, no problem. I visit some of the CEOs and they have got their table is full of files. And I say, how do you find this from this? If you need a document, how do you get that? I know everything. Nobody can touch that. And that shows how big the CEO is. The bigger the file heap, the bigger the CEO. Anyway, I just keep some of these photographs and this. I mean, what is the now? If you see, look at the way this raw material is organized.